Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to be walking you through your Intro to Musical Theater Day number 6 assignment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Here we go. So when you open up your assignment, you're going to see we're still working on TEK 5B and 5C, which is to identify the different production elements that go into making a theater production and being able to talk about them, describe them, talk about how effective they are and how they all work together. And so we've been learning about musical theater the last few days, and today we're going to start focusing on learning about the musical that we're actually going to be watching in class. So first, we're going to start with our warm-up page. When you get onto that page, you're going to see, as always, our typical stretches. I'm going to mark off the ones we do in our class routine. Please take some time to pause the video and do some stretching. Remember, you can even stretch out your seat, doing head rolls, arm circles, shoulder rolls, and shoulder raises, leaning back, side to side, right? Just a little bit of movement to get the blood flowing through your system. And then you're going to choose 3 facial stretches to do. 3 to 5 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. A jaw massage, as well as your big face and little face, which looks like this. You'll finish off your warm-up by doing some tongue twisters, such as Around the Rough and Rugged Rock, the Ragged Rascal Ran, Toy Boat, Toy Boat, Toy Boat, and Whether the Weather Be Cold, Whether the Weather Be Hot, we'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. And remember, you can always choose any of the tongue twisters or any ones that you know yourself. So today we're going to begin our introduction into Newsies, the musical. Newsies is a Disney musical, and Newsies actually started out as a movie musical. So it was a musical, but it was a movie version, and then later was translated onto the stage. And so today we're going to be learning about the musical we're going to watch, and then just, some general things about it. And then we're going to learn about the setting of the musical and the time period. So the musical is called Newsies. What is a newsie? As you can probably guess, it has the word news in it. So a newsie is basically kind of like a nickname for a newspaper hawker. A newspaper hawker is like a seller, a vendor who does not have a fixed newspaper stand. Now, in this digital age, we do still have newspapers, but you mostly get them at like gas stations and stuff. You really, or at least I don't, maybe y'all do, but I don't really see them on the street as much. When I was a kid, I remember I would see that sometimes, like people selling newspapers on the street. And, back before technology, before obviously now we have the internet, we have smartphones, Google, all of that. It's really easy to get information now. Back then, the newspaper was the primary source of information for people. And so there would usually be like a morning edition and an evening edition of the news. And so the newspaper boys would sell it. And what it means by without a fixed stand is that they would never stay. They wouldn't stay. I got distracted really quick. They would not stay in the same place. So like, they might be on. I'm back. Sorry. I got something on my hands, you guys. So that's why I'm all distracted. But anyway, they would not stay in the same place. They would maybe go to different locations. They'd go to, one street corner one day, a different street corner the next day. It just depended on, the situation, what other newsies were out and about at the time, that kind of stuff. And so you're going to define the word newsie in the box. And then you're going to think about this picture for about 5 minutes and write your response in the box. What do you think their lives would have been like? This film takes place in 1899 or around that time period. And you'll find out about it more later, but this movie was based on a real actual historical event that happened in 1899. So obviously, long time ago, right? Over 100 years ago. And so you want to think about how different was life back then. I mean, even looking at the picture, these are pictures of some newsboys. Look at how different their clothing is. Look at how different, the street and the buildings around them are from buildings and streets that we see today, So what do you think their lives are like? Like I said, they would sell a morning edition and then an evening or afternoon edition of the newspaper. And so they'd be working all day, and their children, their, newspaper boys could be as young as, 7, 8, 9 years old. And so up to like, teenager age, 16, 15, close to y'all's age, honestly. And so what do you think their lives were like? You can use this timer to keep track of how long you are journaling inside this box. And, just give me some thoughtful answers. What do you think? Do you think it was hard, easy? Maybe you think it's fun. They got to have a job, right? And so you'll learn more about them a little bit as we continue on through our next several lessons. Once you're done journaling about the picture, you can move on to learn about the setting. So, as I said earlier, the time period is the 1890s, and this took place in New York City. This is a historical fiction story, which means that it's based on a real event, but the characters, what they say, the actions, the things that they do throughout the show are not necessarily real. The characters themselves are imagination. The setting, the time period, and the actual, event that happened is the historical part. And so, as I said earlier, it's loosely based on the New York City newsboys strike of 1899. So, that's what it is. And so a strike, what is a strike? It's when people, it's kind of like a form of protest. So it's usually for people who have bad working conditions. And so they will refuse to work basically until those conditions are improved. And it's a way of protesting against businesses or whatever systems that are unfair. And the music for the show was composed by Alan Menken. So who is Alan Menken? This is Alan Menken right here. He is a composer, a songwriter, conductor, musical director, and record producer, best known for his work with Disney. So Alan Menken has written a lot of famous Disney songs, including these here on the list: Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Tangled, Enchanted, Aladdin, and Pocahontas. So there was a recent live action version of Aladdin in the last couple years, so a lot of you all might have seen that one. He wrote the music, the songs that are in that one. And so you're going to check off his jobs here and list at least 3 of the films that he has made for Disney. And so the last thing we're going to do today is you are going to see a little interview with an actor named Christian Bale. And so our story in Newsies centers around the story of Jack Cowboy Kelly. He's one of the newspaper boys that's struggling to make it work, selling the copy of the New York World. And so, like I said, Newsies was actually a movie before it was a play. And so actor Christian Bale was the first Jack. He was the first to play that role. He's a British actor. And so you're going to see a little interview with him. The video will talk a little bit about the newsboy strike, so you'll get some information on that as well. And then you'll answer the questions. There's 2 of them there for you about Christian Bale and his work on becoming Jack, basically. And then your last thing you'll do today is your exit ticket, which is to make a prediction about what will happen in the musical based on what you know about it so far. Once you've done that, you're going to click submit, and then that's it. You're done for the day. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you'll enjoy getting to know Newsies a little bit better. It's a great musical. It's a great story, and I look forward to getting to know it with you all. Remember, if you have questions, you can always reach out to me on Google Classroom comments, Remind text message, email, or by popping in on our live sessions during the day. But that's it for today, everyone. Remember, today's a great day. You're in control of you. Every day is a great day to try your best. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.